Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for being with us today as we launch this very, very special campaign with NDTV and Nirmal Lifestyle. It's called the Fit India Movement, and we'll tell you a little bit more about that campaign. But needless to say, anybody over here who's had the sentiment of dealing with a mother who said, "Beta, please, खेलना छोड़ दो, please तुम fail हो जाओगे, तुम please थोड़ी सी पढ़ाई कर लो." This is for everybody, and I'm sure it touches just the right chord with everybody who's gone through that with a parent saying, "Please, you can't play so much, you just need to concentrate on your studies," because the mission of this campaign is marks for sports, at least in year one, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. But first, I think it's only appropriate to introduce the man who thought of this concept and the man who's the brains behind it. This is Mr. Dharmesh Jain, who of course is chairman and MD of Nirmal Lifestyle. Very promising state-level TT player in his time. So who knows, if he wasn't supporting this campaign, he would have gone on to, or if he hadn't thought of this earlier, if he had marks for sports earlier, he would have been a table tennis Olympic champion for India as well. But we're okay with you supporting the campaign, because this way we can have more Olympic champions. That way we may have had just you. And we'll get Mr. Jain to tell us about that, that campaign as well in just a moment. But I'd just like to introduce everybody else. And like I said, it's a campaign that touches everybody's heart, which is why I think we had this amazing collection of sports champions from India right now, having no hesitation in saying they would love to support and endorse this campaign. So if I could just start with the introductions. I'm absolutely delighted to have with us Mr. Tiger Pataudi, India's cricket captain, who of course was India's first cricket captain when we won an overseas series back in the late 60s. And for 42 years, he held the record for being the youngest international cricket captain until somebody called Tatendra Taibu, who's he, came along and ended that record. Sir, thank you so much for being with us. We have sitting on his left Pankaj Advani, who has 7 world titles across billiards and snooker, who's been a child prodigy of sorts, a Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna winner, a very keen Bollywood guy, a great dancer, has had many, many approaches from Bollywood and reality shows, but doesn't have the time for it right now because Olympic and Asian Games medals are more important. But there's somebody who's smiling over there because he's been there, done that, won those reality dance shows as well. But what else can we say? He's India's football captain. He's the reason that all of us look up to football in India, because he was the very first Indian to go and play professional football in England. Baichung Bhutia, thank you so much for being with us and endorsing this campaign. We also have with us Gavin Arun, who missed out on a medal in the Beijing Olympics by absolutely a fraction. It was heartbreak. On a count back, he missed out on being in the final. But needless to say, he's been making up after that. 16 international medals last year, of which 4 were gold medals at the Commonwealth Games. So we're delighted to have Gavin. And he's also studying for an MBA right now. So I think marks for sports is exactly what he believes in. He wants the marks to be an MBA right now, but he can manage the studies as well. And then we have with us Vijinder Singh, man who needs really no introduction at all, because he is a bronze medalist, of course, from the last Olympics that we had in Beijing, a bronze medal from the World Championships and Asian Games gold medal. And needless to say, making lots of Bollywood guys pretty nervous, you know, because he's quite a darling over there with his dancing and with his singing and all those skills. And last but not the least, Dr. Prannoy Roy, chairman of NDTV, but you know him as a psephologist. You know him as an anchor for 9 p.m. news. What you don't know is that Dr. Roy was a boxer in his time. And right after this, he's promised to take on Vijinder because even though weight category might be slightly different.
That's the problem.
but Dr. Roy would really, really like to challenge Vijinder. Dr. Roy, over to you if you want to tell us a little bit more about this campaign, and also tell us all about the surprise, because there is 1 seat missing.
Yeah, there's 1 seat missing, and we're really happy to announce this surprise, because here he is. He's one of India's most popular, famous faces, and all I can say is that this campaign seems very close to his heart. Because Man, you look fit. Great. Wonderful to have you. Wonderful.
Batting man.
I'm going to put Dr. Roy on the spot right now. How many of Ranbir's films have you seen and which one did you like the
All
most?
of them. All of them. And all I can say is, Ranbir, the minute we just asked you, would you like to, you said yes. So, is this why is this an important movement for you?
Well, firstly, good afternoon, everybody, and it's truly an honor and privilege to be sitting here amongst, such true heroes. I guess sports has become really big in the mind and hearts of every Indian now, especially after the success of our athletes and sports stars at the Olympics, at the Commonwealth Games. And I really believe that Marks for Sports is a great initiative, to catalyze awareness, right. In the sports and fitness to be part of our daily lives. And what better way to do it than to, make it part of every child's school curriculum. So thank you so much for, having me on this. And also really looking forward to your boxing match with
No, this is a weight category. Otherwise, I would have done it. But, it's like, but you look really fit.
Do I?
Yeah,
but, honestly,
really fit.
I've always been a football lover. A big fan of
you used
Mr.
to play
Basu.
football yourself,
I used to play football. I played also, for my school and college. But I never had the facilities. I never had anybody to, make me take it seriously. I did it because I was passionate about it. I individually liked it. So I guess, that's what really keeps me.
Well, I think that is part of the problem, lack of facilities. And Dharmesh actually is doing a lot for the country to try and improve facilities through sports stadiums and making them open to people. That could make a big difference. Actually,
Absolutely.
giving people the opportunity at least. Right?
Absolutely. I mean, if, I had the privilege to go and live abroad for 4 years. And, when I see colleges and I see schools there and the kind of platform that they get, the athletes out there, to practice, the coaches, the time, that they make it necessary for every athlete to spend at a certain sport. I think it's just phenomenal. And if we have that in our schools, and we start off right from a very young age, I think we can beat any athlete in this world.
I have a slight problem actually. Normally at NDTV, all our anchors and everybody may be very dignified, but when they see you, one said, oh, you're so good looking, so good looking, so good looking. She wouldn't stop. So, and then the other said, there's nothing you can do wrong. So you're kind of Superman here. I hope you have to live up to that.
Well, not at all. Thank you.
He's feeling worried about being Superman.
A lot of pressure.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone. Fastest scorecard, special analysis, and much more. Download free. ndtv.com/apps.